Gonna be playing some games. It's gamer time. Game time. Let me get the games. Let me get my game started up first. So, gonna be playing some Restaurant Empire. Oh, nostalgia trip. Too bad a lot of these games. Too bad a lot of these games were. Too bad a lot of these games were just free trials back then. I couldn't purchase and play them all the way. I can now. I don't know if anyone's gonna watch this stream or find it, but if anyone does, thank you for watching. And humoring a guy like me. Then again, I doubt so. Let's get into it. Let us capture my restaurant. The other one. Go for the max. Okay. Mm. Light Software presents. Check the stream. I'm waiting. Light Software presents.
I'm just trying to give you something spooky out to for you. I'm just trying to give you something. I'm just trying to give you something spooky out to for you.
I'm gonna try Sandbox mode next time. I think I played on Sandbox mode both times. Michaela Bue. Arnman, welcome back. Monduil. Yeah, Mike, so it's been such a long time. Great to see you, Uncle. Indeed, it's been over 4 years. How have you been, Uncle? Fine, fine. Good to see you again. What, treasure table? Or go to the restaurant down a few months after you left? I did not want to be absorbed by Omni. Clients were good and then developed a nasty prostate condition. Prostate cancer? If so, I am sorry for you for finding out about that. I really needed to close it down. Oh. What, irritate my prostate again? I'm not gonna going up against Omni for one month. Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't you we both run the restaurant? More than that for the task. Oh hell no. Let's do it together. And to let's just say I'm not young enough anymore, Arvin. Also let me enjoy my retirement. At least you know your place, man. But if you manage to get Trez a table up and running again, and get so much as a trickle revenue, I might reconsider. You mean you give me the restaurant by get up and running? Sure. Good. Then off you go. Uncle Michel hands over the keys to his restaurant. Trezise a table. Now get Trezise a table back in shape and make me proud. Apparently the audio sounds kind of scuffed. I just checked my feed. Casual mic. Let me look at my settings for this. Properties. Okay. I'm gonna try sandbox.
Through the tutorials, you will familiarize yourself with the basic aspects of running your very own restaurant empire. It is important that you pay attention to the animated arrows that appear on the screen, as they will point to important buttons or other tutorial subjects. If for any reason you would like to exit the game, press the Escape key anytime to access the game menu. Left-click on the next button to proceed. You can also hold your left mouse button on the tutorial window and drag the tutorial box anywhere on the screen. Since this is your first taste of becoming a restaurateur, we will start easy and work our way up the ladder of experience. This will smooth out your learning curve. You will have your chance later on to grow your single restaurant operation into a multinational conglomerate. You are currently in the city view. You can zip around the city by moving the mouse to the screen edges or by using the arrow keys on your keyboard. Go on, take a look around Gay Paris. Left-click on the next button to continue. You can also look at the city from different angles and perspectives. Hold down the right mouse button while moving your mouse left or right. This will rotate the view. If you want to change the viewing perspective or camera angle, simply move your mouse up or down while holding down the right mouse button. Left-click on the next button to continue.
Well, okay, I have seem to have got this. What the? Okay.
To zoom in or out of the city, hold the right mouse button and press the Shift key. Then move the mouse away from you or move the mouse toward you to view the city up close or from a distance. If you have a newer mouse with a scroll wheel, you can also spin the wheel forward or back to zoom in and out.
2007?
Left-click on the next button to continue.
Yeah, apparently they have scroll mouses back then. Good to know.
While we're at it, let's look at some items on the top menu bar. There are two numeric displays to the left of the top menu bar. The display to the far left is the cash indicator. Next is the profit indicator, which shows you how much money you actually made in the past month. Be careful. If you ever see the numbers displayed in red, it means you are losing money. You should take remedial actions immediately before all your hard-earned cash is used up. Left-click on the next button to continue. Now let's go into your restaurant. The area indicated by the arrows is the restaurant indicator. Once you start owning more and more restaurants, you can use the square arrow buttons to cycle through the different restaurants in your possession. To enter Tres à table, left-click on either one of the arrow buttons located to the sides of the restaurant. This is the interior view of your restaurant. If you ever want to leave the restaurant, you can also double-click on any restaurant. If you are ever doubtful about a button's function, simply mouse over the button or an interface element. A brief pop-up describing the button or interface function will appear. Extended help will be displayed if you mouse over the button a bit longer. Left-click on. Your customers like to look at interesting objects while eating. Decoration adds ambiance to the dining experience, so let's make your restaurant more attractive. Left-click on the interior panel. You can see 4 large buttons. These are the main categories of items that you may place in your restaurants. There are seating arrangements, decoration, rooms and textures, and lighting and accessories. Clicking on any of these buttons will bring up that item category as well as their subcategories. There are wall-mounted, floor-mounted, and tabletop-mounted subcategories. For now, let's focus on wall-mounted items. The button is already highlighted in yellow. All decoration items have at least one attribute, and at most 2. Some increase a restaurant's comfort rating, while others may increase the decoration rating of your restaurant. These are indicated by the corresponding attribute bars located right below the item description. Higher rated attributes are desirable traits, and the higher their ratings, the more they will benefit your restaurant's ratings. Choose an item to place in your restaurant now by left-clicking on an item thumbnail.
3 adventurers, a horse, and 3 golden retrievers approach a castle near a forest clearing, weaved in 1789.
Now drag the object in hand onto the restaurant floor. Do you see a colored box below the item? That's the item's bounding box, the physical space the item you're holding occupies. You cannot place the item when the box is red. Line the item up against a wall. Don't worry if the item is not properly aligned. Items will line themselves up correctly when next to a wall. Notice that the help message that appears near the top of the screen will indicate when an item can be placed. Find a place to add this. While you're at it, place a few more items on the walls. When you feel you've got the hang of it, left-click on the next button.
Louis Fanny Mirror. Oh, this is going to be very gaudy. This is not in restaurant fashion. I'm telling you guys, this is not in restaurant fashion.
Good going! Now that there are a few more items placed on your restaurant wall, placing items on a restaurant floor is similar to mounting items on walls. Pick a few items that catch your fancy, then place them on the restaurant floor. When you are satisfied with the amount of decoration you have in your restaurant, left-click on the next button to continue.
Hold the mouse button and move the mouse to rotate. Yeah, this looks nice. Pillars block these days. Grandfather clock in the corner.
You are obviously a quick learner. Remember, whenever you need help, you can seek me out. Simply left-click on the Adventure Mode button at the bottom left corner of the screen. The Adventure Mode interface will appear. All you have to do after this tutorial is to locate my house on the location list and double-click on my name, the one that says Michel Leboeuf's home. I will be waiting for you there so we can continue your crash course in restaurant management. See you soon!
Wait, so the tutorial guy is basically the supposed uncle. That's not, he doesn't sound like how he should. Because that may be a bit stereotypical. So, now what? Safety. How? Scenario chapter 1. Begin. This is so. Armand, now I'm going to explain about Santa. Good. Sure. Let's get into the gameplay.
Well done, Armand. Now that you know how to decorate your restaurant, let's see what you'll serve your customers. This is a food establishment after all. Left-click on the Food Menu button. You will see your restaurant's menu cover. You do not have any dishes set up in the menu yet, so this is the first thing that we will remedy. Below the menu is the Food Menu interface. There are several buttons, but for now we will focus on adding recipes to your menu. You will notice that the Food Menu interface has been swapped with the Recipes interface, the repository of all your available recipes. As you are just starting out, you only have a handful of recipes available. The 5 square buttons on the top of the Recipe interface represent food course categories. Left-click on the Next button to continue. Below the Food Course buttons is a recipe pane of the recipe currently viewed, as well as its name. The recipe pane also has 2 round arrow buttons that can be used to go forward and back through your list of recipes. In this case, the main courses. Go ahead, try it now. Left-click, notice the flag icons at the end of each recipe name. The flag icons indicate a recipe's suitability for a certain cuisine. French recipes with French cuisine, Italian recipes with Italian cuisine, and so on. Sometimes there is more than one flag icon for a given recipe. That means the recipe is aptly suited for more than one cuisine. Now, instead of flipping through the list one by one using the arrow buttons, let's bring up the drop-down list. Simply left-click anywhere in the recipe name display. Give it a try. You will be able to view several recipes. There you go! Right below the preview box is another box with the recipe's description. The recipe descriptions give you an idea of what the recipe is made of and how it's prepared. Some recipes actually have some historical significance. You will notice on the bottom of the recipe interface 4 large round buttons. These are, from left to right, the Duplicate Recipe, the Add to Food menu, the View Food menu, and the Filtering toggle buttons. To add this recipe to your menu, left-click on the Add to Food menu button. A pop-up window will appear confirming the new recipe entry in your menu.
Let's serve mussels. Wait, default price.
To see your new recipe on the menu, left-click on the View Food menu button. Now you're back in the Food menu interface. The difference being we have added a recipe. Now at least customers can order something. This is a rather Spartan selection that you offer. Let's try to add some variety to the menu by repeating the procedure to add more recipes. When you are done establishing your menu, left-click on the Next button to continue.
Text. Okay. Ooh, beverage, huh? Beverages. Let's get some iced tea. Some soft drink. And then let's see, add recipe. Baked eggs with cheese, green drop biscuit. Duck's liver. He lived from the like that. Haricot beans, French bacon, goose confit, and a variety of seasonal vegetables. Oh, that's peaches.
Make sure you are viewing the Food menu interface for this next step. Notice on the Food menu how arrow buttons appear on the bottom corners of the menu pages. Use these buttons to flip through the pages of your menu. So far, so good. Now that you understand the basics of adding recipes to your menu, a pop-up with a list of hot and cold beverages will appear. The cold beverages are further divided into alcoholic and non-alcoholic. All the beverages come with a fixed buying price, so all you have to do is left-click on the check boxes to the left of each beverage. In case you haven't noticed, I'd like to give you a word on alcoholic beverages. If you plan to serve liquor, you will need to pay a liquor license fee of $20,000 up front before you can serve alcoholic beverages. Despite the licensing costs, this is a bargain as alcoholic beverages net the greatest profit margins. Left-click on the next button to let's tart up the menu design. There are 3 things you can do to alter your menu's appearance. You can change the title font, the text font. You can also left-click on the text font and the background buttons to change your restaurant menu's appearance. Design your menu until you have customized its appearance to your liking and to your restaurant's suiting. When you are done, left-click on the next button to continue. There's only a bit more to go. If you ever want to view specifics regarding any recipe in your menu, simply double-click. Notice the default price on the recipe menu, which is your restaurant's selling price for that recipe. When you are ready, left-click on the next button to continue. The last thing I want to go over with you is on the food menu interface. So bring up the food menu. If you ever want to get rid of a recipe from the menu, say due to poor sales, then highlight the recipe in mind by left-clicking on the recipe name. Then, left-click on the Delete Recipe button located on the bottom of the food menu interface. The highlighted recipe will then be removed from your menu. Try this now. Remove any existing recipe from your menu. A pop-up window will ask you to confirm deletion. Excellent! You are becoming quite skilled at juggling recipes and menus. Now all you have to do is to properly set up your food menu for your new restaurant using the skills you have just learned in this tutorial. When setting up your menu, remember that variety is the spice of life. Try to add as many breakfast, appetizer, soup, main course, and dessert recipes as you can. This will give your customers a wide selection of offerings from which to choose. And don't forget the beverages. After you're done setting up your restaurant's menu, there's one last thing I want to show you before I feel confident to unleash you into the world of high cuisine. Meet me back at my house for your next crash course in
This is exciting. It's a tutorial. I should be patient. Good going. Really picking up the pace here. One last thing to show you before you are really prepared. Click on the duties of a restaurant tour, and that would be a first step. Sure, man. Tell me what's on your and do a yes. Well, we have a new grandmaster chef, a young phenom, they say, Pedro Valeron, son of the man behind Aunt Caped. You're kidding, right? He's a new grandmaster as well, just like his father. Running all honest working chefs out of our own business. He's just like us. We really know. It really varies from establishment to establishment. I suppose that's how they are come to market, but I would say that all around good and yes.
You have added decoration and placed recipes on the menu. But who's going to take the orders? Who's going to prepare the recipes? Apart from your name, the staff list is almost completely bare. That's understandable. You haven't hired anyone to work for you yet. There is a column of buttons near the middle right of the staff list interface. They are, from top to bottom, the Switch to List mode, Hire Staff, Raise or Lower Salary, Transfer Staff, and Fire Staff buttons. For now, let's concentrate on the Hire Staff button. Notice how the interface now displays quite a bit of information. Let's break this information down into digestible chunks, shall we? Let's start from the top of the interface and work our way down. Notice the two round buttons on the top of the interface. One depicts a chef and another depicts a waiter. These are to switch between the chef panel and waitstaff panel. If you left-click on the waitstaff panel button, you will see that the displayed information changes to show relevant staff information.
Oh, I'm a scat man. Skibbity doo da dooby da. Yes, I'm back. One day fix a chef, then he fix a
Any restaurant needs at least a chef to prepare the recipes, a captain for taking orders, a server to, well, serve the food, and a receptionist to show the customers to their seats. Oh, and I almost forgot. You need to hire a kitchen porter to wash the dishes. Go ahead and hire all these posts.
1, 2,
No need to
3.
hire a chef when you've got your trusting self to work the kitchen. Once you are done hiring, left-click on the Next button to continue.
Oh, 1, 2. Chef, captain, server, receptionist, and chef. Hire this captain. Job skill. Seems like more age, more experience. Scared. This guy. Hired Claude Blanc. Train these people. Marie. Let's see, captain, kitchen. Labor. Hey, younger the better. Milagaro Chevalier. Receptionist. You all look the same. What the heck? Milagro Tomas.
A word on receptionists. They can only carry out their duties effectively if they have a reception desk handy. You can find a reception desk in the interior panel under Restaurant Lighting and Facilities. You remember how to place items to equip and decorate your restaurant, right?
Yeah, this looks familiar.
Now place a reception desk near the entrance of your restaurant. We will continue with training afterwards.
Thing is, where is the entrance? The entrance is here. I can. How do you rotate?
This is also the ideal time to explain to you how to rotate, move, and delete items. Notice the two round buttons near the end of the interior interface? They are the Adjust Items and Delete Items buttons. If you want to adjust an item, simply left-click on the Adjust Items button. You will notice that the cursor changes to reflect this. Then, left-click on the item you want to adjust and move it to where you want it to reside. If you want to rotate an item, left-click and hold down the mouse button while you rotate the mouse. You will see the item rotate as well. Left-click on the Next button to continue. To delete an item, left-click on the Delete Item button, then Good! Now let's go back to the Staff panel and see what some of the other... Let's start with the List Mode button. The List Mode shows a list of all your employees. Here you can quickly glance at your roster of hired personnel and can also rapidly pick out any missing staff. Notice the two small icons to the right of each employee position, complete with rating bars right next to each employee's name. The metal icon represents a chef's reputation or staff's skill level, and the flag icon represents employee morale. Here you can quickly see who is low on morale or reputation. If you left-click on any one of these names, you will go back to the detailed view. Come on, let's try that now. Left-click on the person you hired as kitchen porter. Now you're back in the detailed view. Most of the buttons are now available. You should already be familiar with the first two buttons. The other buttons are Raise or Lower Salary, Transfer Staff, and Fire Staff. These buttons are relatively easy to understand. I'll let you play with these at your leisure. When you are done familiarizing yourself with these buttons, left-click on the next button to continue. Good going! You are just about ready to start taking orders in your first restaurant. To open your newly equipped restaurant, left-click. Now, just be patient and customers are bound to come in. If you are impatient, you can always accelerate the game's speed by left-clicking on one of the 4 speed bars to increase or decrease the game speed. Go ahead, try it now. When you are done experimenting with the speed settings, left-click on the next button to continue.
Why am I lagging?
The round button to the left of the speed buttons is the Pause Resume Game toggle. There's something you should know about the speed settings and how time passes in the restaurant universe. In order to progress faster, a month's time is simulated based on your restaurant's performance at the end of the first day of each month. Left-click on the next button to continue.
You know, a month time is. Okay, mom. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Now I'd like to explain to you about the Information Center interface. This interface can help you better manage this and all your... Looking at the column of buttons, we can see, from top to bottom, the Report Management, Report List, the Report, and the Goal buttons.
Oh no.
Most of the functions of the Information Center are self-explanatory.
Leave me
The most
be.
important ones to know for now are the
Leave
Report
me
and Goal
be.
buttons.
I did that.
So let's take a
It
closer
doesn't
look at their
matter.
functions. To continue, left-click on the Report button.
And the clock button. Report management, there's report and goal button.
Now take a look at the top row of buttons. There are, from left to right, the restaurant ratings, sales report, statistics, income statements, financial graphs, and complaints buttons. Click on each one and familiarize yourself with the different types of information displayed. Left-click on the next button when you are ready to continue.
Mm, Quantity sold, gross profit, total gross profit. No. So, So,
Now go back to the Restaurant Ratings button. This indicates how well your restaurant is faring in each rating category. The categories with pluses add points, while the minuses subtract points from your overall restaurant rating. Left-click on the next button. Pay special attention to the environment and food category ratings. The higher your restaurant's value in these categories, the more likely customers will choose your restaurant. Provided, that is, you keep the price and complaints down. Do that, and you have a hit. When you're ready to move on, left-click on the... As you can see, the top row of buttons now displays the game score as well as your scenario goal buttons. Click on the goal button. Remember your goals? If you ever forget them, have a look here. You can see what they are and how close you are to meeting them. Left-click on the goal. Wow, all this restaurant managing has got me really hungry, Armand. But the good news is you now have all the requisite pieces to start operating your fully functional restaurant. Maybe someday your restaurant will not only be packed with efficient staff, but happy customers as well. Now, off you go. Remember, your goal is to reach 35 customers with a monthly revenue of $30,000 within 3 months. Think you can manage it? I surely think you can. Good luck.
and the game starts. Oh my god, this is so... 出门了。Right. But we gotta do something, don't we? Recipes. None of these are already maxed out. I mean, so reduce that. One, 6. Chocolate tart. Let's see. Dark. Default. Duplicate recipe. Okay. $15. This is very expensive. That is amazing. Hot peppers. recognize us? That's all the music. Memory. Environment. Prices finally got some of it. Amount. Why? Why? More side. Satisfied. Oh god, it's mounting. I don't know what happens with recipe skills in Sandbox. No way I can. 물건 가시면 건. To be fair to them, there's nothing really much I can do. Way else. What do you mean limited food section? Audio. Chắc mình cần 什么呢？你要不想说？Surface, environment, prices. most. My like right? Yeah. Oh, right. That's not number, so. Like, what? You got one? How do you? I could see that mate as well. Supernova operate from cross mathematics 7 yeah 30 petty yeah but must yeah ooh this guy hold up yeah that ain't awesome see Santa Fe the eyes feel very tired I got rid of the menu selection revenue cost of goods sold yeah that's gonna be that's about 1/3 prices are down some of them are being pit to the stuff above floors too and how come it can't go up this is bullshit you best server Seems like the rush is over. Speed this up. Good. So gross profit. So study. Expense, salaries, maintenance costs, write-offs, profit. All money. Good going, Armand. I'll catch you. Just doing my best to meet expectations, Uncle. So what did I do? Can I keep trust the table? Well, not quite just yet. You did very well, but there's still more to do before you pass the test. So at the top floor of the restaurant, man, it's completely empty upstairs. But it's valuable real estate you can accommodate to attract more diners. Such as? Well, I've explained to you about the dumbwaiters. The elevators are manned, and they can help you minimize. Of course, the easiest way to use is to use a waiter. These functional elevators actually lift the food right out to a waiting station upstairs, and voila! No more cold soup. Several strategies you can use. One of them is hiring good service, the kind that does not engage in idle chit chat all day. Your kitchen table placement can greatly affect by setting up your restaurant to try and minimize risk. You can generate $40,000 in. I just did that just now. No problem. Let's get the ball rolling. All right.
I'm going to talk to you now about the nuances of a second floor. Having a second floor means you can pack in roughly double the number of customers. It also means the time it takes to deliver the food all the way up from the kitchen takes roughly twice as long, and nothing risks annoying a customer more than a warm dish served cold. We will look into minimizing the delivery time. Left-click on the restaurant's kitchen floor to continue.
Kitchen floor. Hello.
Now, left-click on the interior panel.
Oops.
Notice how the interior panel now only shows kitchen-related items? The interior panel will only show you items relevant to each room. Your kitchen comes stocked with most everything you will need, but there are some missing items that you will need to fully equip your kitchen. One of these is the dumbwaiter. Find the dumbwaiter among the kitchen item thumbnails and add it along an available empty space. Then left-click on the Next button to continue.
Outside.
Good! Since we're in the kitchen, take some time to examine the kitchen facilities available in the interior panel that you will work with during your career as a chef, and read each facility's description.
Yeah, there we go.
Pay special attention to the waiting station. Every restaurant needs at least one in the kitchen. Since the waiting station is where your waitstaff pick up food for delivery, failure to place one means no food will be delivered. Treize à table already has one in the kitchen, so no need to add one here. However, make sure you now go upstairs by left-clicking on the Look for the upstairs shaft of the dumbwaiter. Whenever a customer is dining upstairs, this is where food will be delivered to from the kitchen downstairs. Installing a dumbwaiter is useful as it usually shaves 50% off the total delivery time. Now we will look into some additional features found under the Item interface. First, open the interior panel. Now, left-click. You are looking at the available chair and table combinations available for this restaurant type. The highlighted button shows 2-seat table sets, complete with a comfort attribute, description, and pricing. Let's add a few sets. Adding table sets is similar to adding floor space decorations. You remember from our first lesson, right? When you are done adding chair and table sets, left-click on the Next button to continue. Four-seat tables are also available, useful for large groups of customers. Left-click on the Large Table Sets subcategory. By the way, if you haven't noticed, some items, especially the table sets and the kitchen facilities, have a blue bounding box as well as green ones. Customers and staff occupy the blue area of items to interact with them. Don't block these areas, or else your staff will be unable to make use of kitchen facilities, and customers won't be able to sit down to enjoy a meal. Here's a rule of thumb. If you cannot place an item in your restaurant, simply look at the help message displayed on the top of the screen. It will tell you why you can't place it. When you are done filling the room with seats, chairs, and decoration, left-click on the Recipe menu button to continue. Flip through some recipes and pay attention to the Requires field. See how the icons change with each recipe? If you see an icon, it means you need that kitchen facility in order to make that recipe. If it's over a green background, it means you already possess that item in your kitchen. Over a red background, it means you need to add that item before you can prepare that particular recipe. Left-click on the next button to continue.
Oh, rank in terms of popularity. This is new. Perhaps.
Look up the crepes marcy recipe. It's under desserts. You will notice that this recipe requires a food processor for its preparation. If you plan on offering this succulent dish, you will need to left-click on the restaurant's kitchen floor. Let's take a look at how you can change a recipe's overall quality. Notice the Essential Ingredients column? These are the default settings for each recipe. All recipes come with a 3-star ingredient quality, the maximum quality rating for essential ingredients. You can adjust an ingredient's quality if you first mouse over the stars of the ingredient you want to adjust. You will notice a gray box outlining the stars, along with left and right arrow buttons. You must be wondering at the purpose of demoting a recipe's quality. First, your restaurant may not have a very high rating. If you prepare top-notch food in an average restaurant, customers will not expect to pay so much for their meals. That will cause many an irate customer. Likewise, if you have a very high restaurant rating, customers will be irked by the restaurant's poor food quality. The secret is in balancing your recipe quality with the restaurant's rating, so why don't you try this now? Adjust a recipe's quality so that it has a 1.5-star recipe rating. The more restaurants you have catering to different customer budgets, the more you will need to fine-tune a recipe's quality. All this fine-tuning can get out of hand quickly. That's why there is the Duplicate Recipe button. When you are done fine-tuning a recipe, left-click on the Duplicate Recipe button. A pop-up message will appear indicating that the recipe has been duplicated. Don't forget to adjust the recipe's menu price to suit the new rating. After you have duplicated a recipe, left-click on the next button to continue. Excellent! You now know how to save food delivery time as well as different recipe requirements and the usage of different kitchen items. And not only do you know how to change your recipe's ingredient quality, you also know how to set up floor layouts. What's most important is now you have a restaurant that is fully utilized. Congratulations! You've come a long way. Before I leave you on your own, I want to remind you that your goal is to reach a monthly revenue of $40,000 and 50% of your meals have to be served on time. You have
Creme fresh. Which creme fresh? Yeah, this is a bit Can't keep spending money on this. Madrid, Marie. Charger one. Complaints, huh? Like more like post truffles.
晚上好。
I'm playing along with. I am gonna be back. Fast time lapse. Go. Go. Oh, come on, I was just gonna see you.
Really? What about
Friends with local cooking competition. You cannot. I can tell you why I know it. This is more of a beginner's contest. When they were accept any dish that's right. Oh boy. What am I supposed to be doing? Monthly profit.
하면 네. 하다만 안녕 안녕 하나
I don't even sign up for this last thing. 네. 네. 아니면 네.
Armand, this is the cooking arena. There is one in each city. This is where the world's greatest chefs wage battles in their struggle to vie for culinary supremacy in the restaurant universe. I'm going to walk you through this first cooking contest, and I can't guarantee that you'll win, but I'll help out the best I can to help you overcome your initial stage fright. Left-click on the Next button to continue. The first thing to do is to enter the cooking contest. As you can see, this and every cooking contest has different requirements, be it the registration fee, the type of cuisine to be prepared, or the number of chefs. And in we go! This is it! This is where you will see and hear thousands of fans cheering you on. Well, maybe not thousands at first. The first few contests are on the lower rungs of the ladder, but as you start winning more and more cooking contests, you will notice more and more fans watching the spectacle. The panel in front of you is where you can select the chef or chefs to participate in the contest. Since you are pretty much a one-man army at this stage in your career, there's not much to choose from. But I'd like to point out, now we not only get a close-up of you, Armand, we can also see what kind of cuisine and recipe skills you bring to the table. Pardon the pun. The recipe skills shows you the kinds of recipes you know how to prepare. If you notice the small vertical bar preceding every recipe, you can see that this bar indicates your proficiency for preparing that recipe. So far, you're not very good at preparing recipes, but that's okay. You did just graduate. Now look up one of your recipes from the list. Notice how your preparation skills vary from recipe to recipe, if only marginally so. I would recommend that you always use the recipes in which you are most skilled, as this tends to guarantee higher points. Left-click on the Next button to continue. Now let's look at the cuisine skills that you have. You just graduated from a French cooking academy, so needless to say, your French cooking skills are considerably higher than your American and Italian cooking skills, as indicated by the yellow bars. As you can see, your French main course skills are your strongest asset. Don't worry about your lack of skills in these two cuisines yet. This is a French cooking competition after all. To continue, left-click on the Enter Contest, and now let's see who the contestants are. Each chef will make his entry into the cooking platform. You can either view each competitor as they approach the platform, or simply left-click to advance to the next chef. To continue, left-click several times to skip the chef introduction, or wait until my next message. Now you are smack dab in the middle of the platform, along with the other participating chefs. This is when you choose the recipes that can either make or break it for your winning aspirations. Let's choose a recipe now. To select a recipe for any round, left-click. As you can see, the familiar recipe interface appears, with a list of the recipes that you already know and that bear relevance to the contest. The contest you are in accepts only French recipes, so only French recipes will display. If the contest calls for a specific recipe, then only that recipe will show. And if you don't have a required recipe, rest assured you could not sign up for the cooking competition. You'd fail to meet the minimum requirements. Notice the bouncing Go button on the bottom of the screen? Don't touch it yet. If you left-click on that, you will start the competition, but I have some minor things to discuss with you beforehand. First, take some time to familiarize yourself with the cooking contest interface. Most of the items are self-explanatory, so I won't delve into every tiny little aspect. But should you have any question about any of the interface elements, simply mouse over the element for a second or two. A help message will appear explaining the purpose of each element. Once you feel you know your way around the cooking contest, and away we go. Let's see how well you fare among the competition, Armand. If you want to view what each chef is preparing, left-click directly on that chef and the camera will zoom in on him. You can also rotate the camera as you would when in the city or restaurant views. If you want to see the whole cooking platform, left-click directly on the platform itself. You can try this out now or left-click the Next button to continue. While the chefs are dutifully preparing their recipes, did you know that you can help your chefs garner higher ratings? Notice the Mini Game button. If you left-click on this button, one of 3 mini games will appear at random. These games are designed to assist your chef in improving his cooking concentration, precision, or organization skills, but only if you successfully complete the game. When you click on this button, a mini-game interface will appear with explanations to show you how to play the game. So go ahead and left-click on the mini-game button now. You now have the choice to watch the cooking competition take its course, help out your chef by successfully completing another mini-game, or if you have this sinking feeling that you will lose, you can left-click on the Quit button. But since this is your first competition, Armand, I won't let you quit. We les Boeufs are not quitters. Complete more mini-games and wait until all the chefs have finished preparing and presenting their culinary creations to continue. After this round, the judges will sample the food and the scoreboard will appear. You should then clearly see whether you've
Yes, there's nothing wrong with it. Yes. Thank you.
هذا ما تمام.
A match. Yes, sir. You came in first place. Oh god, that teeth! Look at that teeth! Victor goes to the spoil. Hell yeah. Fish Wellington. Why not beef Wellington? God damn, this really. Well, I have to definitely turn that. Wait.
Hey Amanda, how you doing? Not bad, bro, but I'd like some guidance about what to do next. If you have questions, just ask. Well, guys, you're brutal.
Here you can see how your restaurant plans is help integrate notification levels, criteria, and your rating. Start training mode. Would you spend $20 on a steak and restaurant when I am going to be doing some upgrading to the team. Upgrading the team. How to improve restaurant rate.
هذا مرة. أنام 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 أنام.
Monthly profit. How do I? Average monthly.
أنام أنام. أنام كمان.
You do stuff.
Of the map. Let's see. Michelle, that's don't look like that walking image. Sorry about Armand. Yes, I definitely miss you. I met this guy named Don Cologne. Isn't he from The Godfather? The Don. He used to finance my restaurant. That's at the army for dropping out of business. I don't know really. He just told me one day they was retiring from the restaurant. He wanted to change and he said so. This might. Oh, I'll handle the dog. I'll handle his reels. Mr. Cologne. I was just fine, dog. I got the restaurant. You showed the Don the secret place of my previous. I never found another place that as actually that should. The kid I like. You have potential. I like to make this stand out. You make a monkey. drives your business? Nothing on that. If you take a loan, you want to become a great chef. I want to see only food talk. I don't have the time to dedicate myself to running a restaurant. You, however, can help me achieve my goals along the way. You will help you achieve your success. Just think of me as your marketing. I will see to it that the money is wisely invested. La cosa nostra, I said to you. Others will give you a loan, but you have to meet your end by That's my name. Lolly and sweet.
Hello?
Oh my god. Thanks, Hydro. Ooh, fish welly. Don't see anyone lighting. That's all the lighting. Yeah. Arrangement. Seriously, there's much I can do. Can't complain about it. Okay. Okay. 5 months to go. I think it's time I end the stream. I have to go eat. Thank you. So that's it. Thanks for watching again.